I don't know about you, but when I eat Chinese food, one of the best things is getting dumplings. I love the dumplings. And I'm making pot sticker dumplings here. And then one of the second best things is discovering how easy they are to make at home. That's what I'm going to show you right now. I'm working with bok choy, baby bok choy. I've cut it lengthwise, and I'm just going to cut it across until I have about a cup of thinly sliced baby bok choy. It's so great. It's such an unbelievably flavorful vegetable that sometimes you can just steam it plain. Put a tiny little bit of soy sauce on it, and it's delicious. I have over here half a pound of ground turkey. So the only adjustment I made was I thought, oh, I need to bring a little more flavor in than I would if it was just pork, because pork has a little bit of fat that brings in some flavor. So how I do that here is I have a half a teaspoon of minced fresh ginger. Another thing I've always got in the crisper in my fridge because I love fresh ginger, and just 1 clove of garlic minced. So next we have a teaspoon of soy sauce and a half a teaspoon of sesame oil. Really important flavor in here is the sesame oil. Sesame oil is strong. It's stronger than you think. I have some salt, not too much because of the soy sauce, and then 1 egg that I'm just going to get the egg white in. And the reason for that is it just helps bind it a little. So I'm just going to let it slide on out. I'm going to save this yolk. If I don't have a chance to use it, then I always put it in the dog's dish at the end of the day. And then you just stir it around. I'm getting in there with my hands, folks. I try to start off with the spoon, but I need this to really be fully incorporated. And by the way, if you can't get baby bok choy, don't worry. I know you can get cabbage. Just thinly sliced cabbage, it'll do the same thing. All right. And I have dumpling wrappers. I'm showing you this because I know that these dumpling wrappers exist now in most supermarkets. Used to be you could only get these in a Chinatown or something like that. I get a bunch of them and I freeze them when I see them, and then pull them out and thaw them carefully before you use them. Sometimes I'll even do a dish where I make a stir fry using these dumpling wrappers. Instead of making the dumpling, I'll take what's inside the dumpling and I'll stir fry it on the outside, you know, just to switch things up a little bit. So you want about a teaspoon. Remember, we're going to pinch these closed and we don't want that filling to fly out the edges. And it's pretty much a 1 or 2 bite deal anyway. And of course, I'm going to ultimately make a dipping sauce for this too, which you don't want to miss. All right, a little bit of water around the edge, because you have to close them and you really want to seal them. So just take a second and do water around the edges. So I pick these up. Pick it up, pinch it, pinch, 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 and then just give it a little bit of a turn, and there you go. I think they're so beautiful. I love this dough. Pinch it all around. Make sure you really give it a firm pinch. All right, I could just sit here happily making dumplings the rest of the afternoon, but I want to show you how to cook them when they come out of the freezer. So I'll finish this part up later. And this is how they look. Straight from the freezer, this is how you cook them. I have my pan warmed up here. I'm using peanut oil, and I'm just going to pour some in. I like to use peanut oil when I'm frying. It's got great flavor. But you can use whatever oil you have that you like, but not olive oil, please. And just swirl it around your pan. I love the technique for cooking these. It's great. So then I just take the frozen dumplings and put them directly into the pan. I do like the idea that my husband or my kids or whoever's in the house can make these quickly for a snack. So basically you want these to brown, and it takes about 4 to 5 minutes. Pot stickers are nicely browned. This is exactly what you want. But don't forget, we took them from the freezer. So in the inside, we need to make sure they're fully cooked. I have only about a 1/4 cup of water here. I'm going to put the water in and then right away put the top on. And for 5 minutes, it's going to cook. Then they're going to be ready. And we're going to come back and I'm going to show you a dipping sauce for these pot stickers. I have a scallion that I'm thinly slicing and a green chili. That's just my taste. I love the flavor of spice. And I'm thinly slicing it. I don't think anybody's going to take a big bite of it, but at least it'll be there floating around in the sauce. And if you don't want that much spice, then just leave it out. That's no problem. I'm going to put a 1/2 cup of soy sauce into this measuring cup. Throw in the scallion and the hot chili. We're just building a little bit of a balance of flavors here. Hot, sour, spicy, sweet, teaspoon of rice wine vinegar. You can use regular vinegar if you don't have rice wine, and a half a teaspoon of sesame oil. Remember, if you buy this so you can make some of these recipes, keep the sesame oil in the fridge because it can really easily go rancid. Couple teaspoons of sugar, and then 2 tablespoons of water just to smooth it all out. Stir it up. Just make sure that you try to dissolve some of the sugar a little bit. And serve it with your dumplings. So I need to try one here. Mmm. Mmm.